Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here. This is going to be the weekend reading for the air signs. So anyone with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements in your birth chart, this is the reading for you. And it's the weekend of June 23rd, 2023. So we're going to cover the energy for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday today in the reading. I want to start with the astrology and then move into the cards to see what else or what other energy may come through for you guys this weekend. And as always, if you gained anything out of this message, please like the video. I would really appreciate it. And if you're interested to see more of my readings from my channel, please subscribe. I would also love to have you there as well. So we start off the weekend on Friday with a Moon in Virgo opposed Saturn in Pisces transit. So usually when we have this type of energy, there is some sort of conflict with authority, conflict with a responsibility or an obligation that you have. It just feels as though you feel restricted, like you cannot get out of a situation that you really don't want to be in. You cannot get out of doing a task that you really don't want to do. You may feel bored, uninterested, not wanting to be involved in something. But with that Saturn energy there, I mean, it is something of responsibility. Like, you know, maybe something comes up throughout the day on Friday that you are thinking you're going to have a smooth day, but all of a sudden something comes up, you have to do it. So there is a level of responsibility here with some sort of task. And then a little bit later, the moon moves away from this aspect and moves into a trine with Jupiter. So Moon in Virgo, trine, Jupiter in Taurus. A trine is considered a harmonious energy. And so at this point is when we sort of understand or realize that uninterest or that resistance to do the task or that resistance to follow authority that we were having earlier in the day is sort of our own mindset and how we are thinking about the situation. So we realize that we are the ones creating this in our head. Because the moon moves so quickly, you know, when we feel the energy of an aspect, when the moon comes into contact with another planet of some way, it feels as, or it shows up as a moment in time, like a switch in mindset, a switch in emotional state. You know, that's when we can feel like maybe at one point we are being really resistant, and then all of a sudden we find ourselves just in a more harmonious, happy energy, right? Because the moon is moving so quickly, so it changes our feelings, it changes our thoughts, you know, from one moment to the next. And usually we're so distracted that we don't even notice it, right? But what this moon trine Jupiter is helping us do is really understand that we are the ones that is creating this type of restrictive energy, and we're just making it harder on ourselves. Instead of just accepting the fact that we have a task to do today, there's some sort of responsibility behind it, just get it done and move on, instead of resisting it, if that makes sense. Because with the moon trine Jupiter transit, it's all about some sort of self-understanding or emotional growth that takes place there. And then after that, Friday into Saturday, not a lot is happening on Saturday. I think it's just more of a preparation for this Mars square Uranus aspect that's coming through on Sunday. So Mars in Leo square Uranus in Taurus. Sunday. Yeah. And so this is going to bring some sort of explosive energy. We are going to feel as though we need to release. We need to speak our mind. We really need to follow our instincts, or like what it is that we want to do that may come into conflict with what society wants or what a family wants, like some sort of group wants. So you may come across really strong, really brash, telling people where they stand, you know, sort of speaking your mind, but in a really assertive, direct, authoritative, not really authoritative, just more assertive way. But it depends on how it falls in your chart will determine how much energy is behind this. It does feel like a built up of something that you've been holding in, that you've been like allowing to simmer within you. And then all of a sudden at one point on Sunday, there's going to be an exertion, or you know, you're going to have to express it. So you just want to be careful with conflict that can create, because you're not really going to have any regard for how someone feels, for the rules at hand, for what, you know, your environment deems as acceptable. Like, you're not going to care, right? Like, there's something that you have this strong urge to speak your mind or take some sort of action or make some sort of move. And this has been building up, and at some point you're just going to do it, and you're not going to care how this affects anybody else. So it comes off really detached and impersonal. So it's all about, you know, if you are able to catch this, it's about how are you going to approach it? What is the tone you're going to have? You know, because if you are not ready for it and it just comes out of nowhere, again, you can create some conflict or some sort of accident, especially if it's if you're taking some sort of action, right? So I would just also say, you know, sometimes when we have this built up of energy, we don't know how to express it. And so it comes out this way out of nowhere, like really explosive. So if you're already feeling that, try to find productive and creative ways to express that energy that you have, instead of creating conflict or drama or coming off really harsh to somebody. Because once this transit is over, you just don't want to be left with like regret about how you went about the situation or the things that you said to someone, because that can happen. Anyway, all right, so let's go into the air signs weekend. So let's start off with your personal energy for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, please, for the weekend of June 23rd, 2023. Okay. So we have the Hermit. So you're coming off as quiet this weekend. Excuse me. You are going within. You are having a conversation with the universe, with yourself. There's an element of wisdom and experience here. Maybe you're looking for advice or speaking with elders or people who are masters of their craft and sort of getting to know them or getting inspiration from them. You may have Virgo in your chart. There's a path here that is being taken. I think it feels more like you're looking for the path, though. For some of you, you may already be on the path. For others, you're going within and you're trying to connect with your higher self, the universe, you know, your spirit, your soul, and sort of create the path. There's an element of like, what is coming next? What is ahead of me? You know, what am I going toward? What should I go toward? I don't know if some of you feel like, I'm also feeling this too. How can I say this? Like when you want to move forward with your life, right? Let's just say you want to move forward with something in your life, but you have a person or some sort of thing that is sort of hitched or attached to you that you're dragging along with you. So this is the image I have and the feeling I have, and I don't know how this plays out for you, but it does seem like you really want to get going on something, but there is this heavy thing that is like, it feels like when a child is sitting on or wrapped around your leg and you're trying to walk, right? And the child is there, like, and you're dragging the child. It feels something like that. So however that plays out, whatever that means to you in your situation, that's the concept and that's how it feels. So it feels like you're stretching, like you're going somewhere, but it's not easy. and you're taking things with you. So it's not just yourself and what is for you. There's an element of bringing something that is not attached to you, not a part of you, and dragging it on with you for whatever reason. I don't know why you feel the need to do that. Maybe you feel responsible for something or someone. But I think that you got to let that weight go. It's weight. It's, again, it's something that is not attached to you. However that feels and that sounds, it's just an additional, it's weighted down. It's weighing you down. There's something that's like heavy on you that is not yours. I want to say that strongly as well. It's not, it doesn't belong to you. It's not your responsibility. It's not your problem. Like if it's another person, other people are on their own journey, right? It's not your problem what they go through. You're not responsible for holding their hand and walking them through this journey of life. You got to let people do what they are here to do. There's some enabling there. And it's also holding you back. You can be somewhere, wherever it is that you're going, whatever this path is, whatever you're going, you can be there, let's just say tomorrow. But because you have this external weight on you that you're dragging, you won't be there until next year. Like there's an element of once you let go of this weight, you're going to boomerang and like skyrocket quickly into the place that you're supposed to be. You're prolonging this situation because you have something attached to you. What is in the environment for the air signs? Strength. The water signs got strength in their environments as well. What is this? So this could be you or someone else, but there is a person of strong will, of confidence, proactive, positive, very capable, understands their strengths, knows what they have to offer, connected to their higher selves, connected to the universe, but more like a lot of people can be connected to the universe and their higher selves, right? But we all have something different about us. This person is really connected to their, I want to say the word chi, like the energy, the fiery type of place within. I don't know too much about chi. I've heard of it, but I have not dived into exactly what that means. I know it's just an energy form, but I don't know what part of us. But it does feel fiery as well. You may be dealing with a fire sign, or you have fire placements in your chart. But there's an element of being courageous and brave around bringing this side of you out. So once again, it goes into like just being courageous and letting go of this weight and following your destiny, you know, like getting on track. Like, get on track. You're looking for the path. Maybe you know the path. Something is preventing you from following the path. Like, get on the path, you know. What is, let's go into the details of the weekend. I'll probably get more here in a little bit. Just bring some more cards through. What are the details for the weekend energy for the air signs? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, please. The water signs also had this card come up at this placement. You have the Lovers, and then you have the Hermits again here. There may be a relationship that is the weight that I'm feeling. There's a need to move away from a person or a situation. You're looking for the lesson, you're looking for the wisdom here. You want to come across as wise and experienced. You have probably already been in this situation for quite a while, or a similar situation with a similar type of person, or even the same person. There's a connection here. There's a strong magnetism here with another person, but for some reason there's an element of ending a cycle with them. Someone is going within, someone is going within here too. Both people, it seems like, are sort of detaching a little bit and reflecting, connecting to themselves for some reason. There is, I don't know what it is. I was feeling that heaviness here, right? Like getting this weight off of you. But at the same time, these cards came through, which does talk about an ending and a need to break a cycle. So maybe this is like the hot and cold relationship. The water sign reading also turned into a relationship reading. Yours is feeling like a relationship reading as well. If it's not a relationship, it is definitely something that you were connected to. You know, it could be a situation, a behavior that you need to do away with and get out of. Something that makes you feel really good, but for some reason it's preventing you from following your path or going to the next phase of your life. So it could be a behavior that you indulge in. But for the majority of you, it is a person. Here is the Queen of Inspiration, or the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. So we do have a couple here. We do have a situation with two people. These two are the same suit of the Fire Wands. So it does tell me that there's a strong relationship component in this reading. But needing to break a cycle with your partner. So you've been in a cycle with your partner. Eight of Cups, moving away. This does feel free though. I don't know if by the end of the weekend something happens where you release the weight and you let it go. Yeah, you let it go, you find clarity. You come into your own elements of the air. You're back up, you're back soaring, you're back flying, you're back on top, you're back in you know, where you belong, in the sky. You're no longer weighted down like I was feeling over here. So good. So you were able to let something go. And even if it's not like completely over, I mean, I'm only talking a span of 3 days here, right? Like I get it, but maybe you were able to communicate something, to put your foot down on something, to really like say like, hey, I'm not doing this anymore, even if you might still be together, but there's some type of cycle that happens where this person just latches onto you and you're unable to really be free and independent and soar right to the next phase, to wherever it is that you're going next. Great. Perfect. Yeah. Four of Wands. So you're back on like, and then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is independence. Okay, so good. Hopefully it's just a conversation that you had, you know, in the middle of the reading. It's a major cycle that's been ended. A cycle has definitely been broken, and you feel free, clear. This is truth. This is your truth. You're sitting in your truth. And you're looking for like where it is that you're going. What I was saying earlier about your path, and you're trying to go somewhere, and this is harmony and peace and happiness and enjoying life. Like there's something about this connection that prevents you from really enjoying, you know, this life that you have, and it holds you back from that when you're in it, you know. And so you are going toward that, which is beautiful. I don't think that there's a lot of advice that's needed here. I think that you're really aware of what's happening, and you have a good grasp on the situation. And, you know, I don't see any actual conversation happening. So this may be something that you are doing on your own quietly. And maybe the other person as well. So it just seems like you are going through those motions this weekend. But, I mean, it's all in the good, you know, for a good reason, good intentions. And it just feels freer at the end of the weekend. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy for you for that. But yeah, so this is the reading for the weekend of June 2023. June 23rd, 2023. So thank you so much, air signs. I hope you got something out of this reading and you were able to, you know, gain some sort of insight to your situation. Please like the video if you did, and subscribe to the channel. I am going to be working on the July zodiac reading soon. So those will be posting to the channel next week sometime. So subscribe, and that way you can follow those and, you know, check those out when they come out. All right, air sign, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. See you next time.